So when you're working with your mapping styles, there's 4 main styles that are popular mapping styles. That would be the cat eye, the squirrel eye, the doll eye, and the open eye. Let's start with a open eye. The objective of the open eye is just to get your eye to appear to be more open. So the longest length will be right at the beginning and the end of your pupil. Okay, you ready? So you're going to place 2 dots, one at the beginning, look in the middle. Yep, one at the beginning of the pupil and one at the very end, close. So that's where you will be placing your longest length at, right here. And that needs to be mapped out first before any other lengths are placed. Her longest length will be a 13. So the smallest I'll do is probably a 9 or a 10. So we're going to make our marks. We're going to put 12, 11, 10. Then on this side, whatever you do on this side, you have to do on this side. So with the open eye, the same number you start with is going to be the same number you end with. Just like that. Okay, so we're going to do a squirrel eye mapping next. So a squirrel eye mimics a cat eye, but we use a squirrel eye on a client who has downturned eyes. A downturned eye just means that the inner corner of the eye and the outer corner of the eye are not symmetrical, or they do not meet at the same point. A downturned eye, the outer corner point is lower than the inner corner point of the eye. So with the squirrel eye, the objective is to lift where she has a downturn at. So if you're going to use her longest length to be a 14 for the style, you're going to end in a 12. You always want to go down 2 millimeters when they have a downturned eye, just to give it the illusion that you're picking her eye up and not letting it droop. So we're going to start on the end, placing that smallest length, the 12. Then her longest length will do 14. And you want to keep it at the end of the eye because you still want it to give a cat eye illusion. 14, then we'll do 13. 12, right there with the point of her eyebrow. So that should be the middle of her eye. 11, 10, 9. When working with cat eye styles, you want to use the most lengths that you can. So at least 5 to 6. Okay, so this mapping style, I'm going to show you how to do a cat eye mapping. So a cat eye mapping, you'll have your longest length on the very end. We'll say she has a 14 millimeter as her longest. We'll put that right there on the end. And then we'll do 13 right here. 12 right there. 11, 10, 9. Thank you. The objective for the cat eye is to elongate the eye. And like I said, with cat eye and squirrel eye mappings, you want to use at least 5 to 6 different lengths. And you can also refer back to the manual if you need help on which style will be best for what eye shape. Okay, so for this mapping style, we're going to do a doll eye. A doll eye is very similar to the open eye. We'll place 2 points, one at the beginning of the pupil and one at the end of the pupil. Then we'll extend the end of the pupil out just a little bit more. Look dead in the middle. Okay, close. So after you make those points, this one right here would be the first point. Let me do that in black. Okay, so the 2 points have been made. And the other one is right there. But remember what I said, we're going to elongate it just a tad bit. So I'm going to go out just a little bit more. Maybe a millimeter more. And that is where you will place your longest length. So we're going to act like she wants a 14 longest. So typically with my doll eyes, I like to do this. I'm going to show y'all. I like to jump lengths. So I'll do a 12, 11, 9. Then what you start with, you can end with a doll eye. You can do either or. You can do 2 lengths on the end shorter, or you can do 3 lengths on the end shorter. I typically just do 2. So I'll split this part in half, and I'll put 12 and 11 right there. But if you wanted to end with what you start with, make 2 sections or 2 lines and put 12, 11, and 9. So this is a doll eye mapping style. And this style opens up the eye